Assalamu alaikum, dear students and dear viewers. Uh, Today, our topic is reproductive phase of life in humans. This is for class 8th. In fact, in the previous classes, we have been talking about hormones, we have been talking about adolescence, even sex hormones, and puberty, and all that. And today, we will try to learn about this reproductive phase of life in humans. Uh, Actually, if you see in humans, you have uh, you have mostly you have three phases. The first phase is the juvenile phase. This is actually the growth phase. Okay, then it is reproductive phase. This is the phase wherein a human being uh, wherein the gametes are formed and matured. So this is the phase in which the gametes are formed and matured. Gametes means male gametes, then female gametes, and actually I have told you about all these gametes in our previous classes. Then is the last is the senescent phase. This phase is actually the process of aging in human beings. It's also called as old age phase. Okay. So today we will try to learn about this reproductive phase of life in human beings. First of all, you must understand that adolescents, I hope and I'm sure that this term adolescent is clear to you all. Adolescent means, uh, when a human being is physically and psychologically developed. Okay, that is what we call as adolescent. And actually, these adolescents, they are capable of reproduction at maturity. These adolescents are capable of reproduction at puberty. Means when a male or a female reach this puberty, he or she can he or she is capable of reproduction. What does it mean? That means in at puberty, the gametes, that is the sperms in males and eggs in females. Okay, the the male is capable of producing sperms and the female is capable of producing eggs. Okay, this is what we call as puberty. In men, if you see, in men, please remember this is very important to remember. In men, the capacity or tendency to produce sperms, it remains throughout life. That means a male can produce sperms throughout life. But in females, it's not so. It's not like that. In females, the the capacity to produce eggs, it is possible just up to the age of 45 to 50 years. That means a female cannot produce eggs or ova beyond the age of 50. Okay, that means we can say in females the production of ovum or eggs, it is restricted up to a certain age. But in males, the production of sperms, it goes on throughout the life. Okay, in females, that means if you see in females, the reproductive phase means when a female is capable of producing an egg or ovum. Okay, it begins at puberty. When a female attains puberty, she can produce egg or she can produce ova. And the age of puberty in female is 10 to 12. It's already discussed with you. And this phase remains, uh, means the female remains reproductively active up to 50 years. Up to 50 years. 45 to 50 years. Okay. So with the onset of puberty, the moment when the puberty begins, eggs start getting mature. Eggs eggs are matured in ovaries. Okay, and ovaries release these eggs, and this egg, when the females release these eggs after every 28 to 30 days. That means during this period, what happens? The inner lining of uterus, the inner lining of uterus, in case of females I am talking of, the inner lining of uterus, it grows and becomes thicker. Why? So as to prepare itself to receive a fertilized egg. Okay, during these, actually, egg is produced or egg is released after every 28 to 30 days. That means after every month egg is released. Egg is released. In case this egg gets fertilized by the sperm, it attaches, the fertilized egg attaches itself to the wall of uterus. But in case the fertilization does not occur, the uterus wall, which has grown or which has become thicker, it gets disintegrated, or it breaks off, which results in what we call as bleeding. I will tell you later on what is this bleeding all about. So here, first of all, let me tell you, in case of fertilization, if the fertilization occurs, that means the sperm from the male, it fertilizes the egg. It fertilizes the egg. What happens? Though, so it becomes a fertilized egg now. Fertilized egg now. This fertilized egg divides and it forms embryo. It forms embryo, and this embryo gets embedded in the thick uterus lining. Thick uterus lining. That's why I told you that during these days, during these 28 to 30 days, what happens? The uterus wall grows, it grows and it becomes thick. Why it becomes thick? Because if the egg gets fertilized, this fertilized egg has to embed itself in the uterus wall. That's why the uterus wall becomes thick, it grows. Okay, the reason behind growing or growing of this uterus wall or becoming thick of this uterus wall, it is for a special reason. For what reason? So that the fertilized egg it develops into embryo, so that the embryo can attach itself to this thick wall of the uterus. Okay, then what happens? This, if the egg gets fertilized, the fertilized egg attaches itself to the uterus wall, thick uterus wall, and this results in pregnancy. This results in pregnancy. Now, if the egg, if somehow the fertilization does not occur, if the fertilization does not occur, what happens? The egg released by ovary, it dies. It dies. That means if there is no sperm, there will be no fertilization. What will happen to the egg? The egg will die. This egg will die within some days. Within some days. And what about the thick lining of this uterus? This thick lining of uterus, which has taken place only for the sake of pregnancy. Now there is no fertilization. So what will happen to this thick lining of uterus? This thick line of uterus, it will break down, or it will disintegrate. It will break down or it will disintegrate. And why it will break down? Because it's no longer required. Because it is no longer required. It was required for a special purpose, and the purpose was pregnancy. Now there is no pregnancy, there is no fertilization. So why should there be this thick wall? Why should there be this thick wall? So this thick wall has to go away. So what happens? This thick wall breaks off. This thick wall breaks off, or it disintegrates. And since this disintegrates, what actually you must know that this thick wall of uterus, please remember this. This thick wall of uterus, it is highly vascularized. It is highly vascular. That means it has a very good blood supply. It is highly vascularized. So once this thick wall of uterus breaks, lot of bleeding takes place. It's not only blood, it is blood along with tissues. Blood along with tissues. It comes out. It comes out through vagina. It comes out through the female reproductive, external part. It comes out through vagina, and it comes out in the form of bleeding. Okay, and this bleeding, the bleeding from the uterus, which occur in a woman every month, in case the egg cell has not been fertilized, this is called as menstrual cycle. This is called as menstrual cycle. So what is this menstrual cycle? Menstrual cycle, or it's also called, it's called menstruation. Menstruation or menstrual flow. Or menstrual flow. I will make you understand what is this menstrual flow and menstruation. Menstruation means it occurs in 28 to 30 days. Okay, it occurs after every 28 to 30 days, because the ovulation, the release of egg by the ovary, occurs after 28 to 30 days. Why it occurs after 20? Because the egg means ovulation means the release of egg from the ovary. It occurs after every 28 to 30 days. Okay, and during this menstruation, that means the bleeding, the duration of this menstruation is 3 to 5 days, or it can go up to 7 days in certain women. Okay, and please let me remind you, this, what is the menstruation? Menstruation means when the egg is not fertilized, the thick wall of the uterus, it breaks down. When it breaks down, since this uterus wall is highly vascularized, so when it breaks down, the blood along with tissue, it comes out through vagina. This is called as menstruation or menstrual flow. Okay, this is called as menstruation or menstrual flow. And the first menstruation, when a female experiences its first menstruation at puberty. First menstruation at puberty, it is called, I will just mark it as that, it is called menarche. It's called menarche. menarche. It's called menarche. What is menarche? The first menstruation, when you must know, the first menstruation begins at puberty. Okay, when a girl or a woman, in fact, when a girl or a woman is around 10 to 12 years old, the first occurrence of menstruation at puberty is called menarche. That means the puberty age of girl is 10 to 12 years, and when a girl attains the age of 10 or 12, what happens is she experiences her first menstruation, and her first menstruation is called as menarche. Okay, and this is the beginning of the reproductive life in females. That means when menarche occurs in a female, at that time she is capable of having a baby. Because this menarche, it is the indication, or it simply, in other words, we can say it certifies a girl that she can have a baby. Now this menstruation has to stop somewhere. So in a woman, what happens is the permanent stoppage of this menstruation, or these periods in a woman, is called menopause. Menopause means when this menstruation stops, when the menstruation completely stops in woman, this stage is called as menopause. menopause. Menopause means the stage when the permanent stoppage of menstruation takes place, when there are no menses, there is no period, and it occurs in women 45 to 50. When a woman attains the age of 45 or 50, this menstruation, it stops. Okay, when it stops completely, that means the woman is not now able to she is not now able to harbor a baby. She cannot reproduce now. Okay, so this is the reproductive life of woman uh, I was talking about, please remember two things. The reproductive life of woman, it starts as menarche, it's called menarche, and it ends at menopause. Okay, so inshallah in the next lecture I will tell you in detail the menstrual cycle. Okay, thank you very much.